Welcome back to this World of Warcraft Let's Play. You're with Sambo, and joining us as always is our Worgen Mage, Seraphis.
Our fates are intertwined.
Hello to you, Seraphis. Yes, they are intertwined. In fact, they're intertwined here on the coast of Kalimdor as we're continuing our questing in Darkshore. This is the zone that, of course, has been severely altered by the Cataclysm, as you can see. And here we are in Lor'Danel. If you haven't been watching our previous episodes, we, of course, have been taken on boards by the Night Elves, the lovely allies of ours, and we've come over here to help them as they've set up as a new outpost north of where Lor'Danel used to be. And if you've played WoW before, you'll of course remember Lor'Danel being down here on the coast, and that's all been wrecked and turned into ruins now, and all the Night Elves have got together up here in this little outpost, trying to scramble their lives together to pick things up and carry on after all of the devastating events. And as you can tell, they've made a really nice little home here, and isn't it gorgeous? Look at these graphics, folks, just absolutely beautiful. I love it here. Love the Night Elf architecture, love everything about it. Anyway, let's rip right into it. For a starter, I can see up here under my calendar icon, I've got unread mail from the Alliance Auction House, and you remember in the previous episodes we were visiting the auctioneer, doing a bit of eBaying if you like, and a lot of them sold. Got another one here, auction successful, some strangle kelp that sold, and you can see we've got 6 gold 86 to ourselves. That was a significant increase on what we had before we started using the auction house, where we only had about a gold 50 or something like that. And you can see here that the successful strangle kelp has sold for 5 gold 66. So if we take that there, you can see straight away we're now up to 12.5 gold basically from 1 gold just by putting some stuff on the AH. So highly recommend you do that, folks. Now you can see here a couple of things weren't successful. We got some rough stone there that's been returned to us, auction expired, and some tiger's eye as well. Now another little trick for you, and excuse me by the way, seem to be coming down with a cold or hay fever or something, so I'm a bit snivelly, pardon me. You can remove these from your bags if you want to, and of course, rather from the mail if you like, but what that will do is put them in our bags, and of course that uses up free slots. Now we're not near Darkshore at the moment, or rather we're not in Darkshore, we can fly there, but rather than use up slots in my bag, I'm going to leave them in the mail just for now. And you can see that we've got 25 days left until they're actually deleted. Now, by the way, when you first get mail returned, it stays in there for 30 days. So it's been 5 days since we've checked our mailbox. I'm going to leave them in there because no doubt we'll be back to Darkshore before long, and of course we can access them again through the mailbox there rather than toting them around in our bags. So nice little tip there. Excusez-moi. Snivelly, snivelly. And a bit of lag as well, not sure what's going on. Hopefully that will calm down in a second. There's another mage over there, a Night Elf player. More importantly, let's have a look at our quests. Where are we up to? We've got 3 here, 2 at level 10 and 1 at level 11. We've got the good old Buzzbox quest here, where we have to gather 4 corrupted Tidecaller flesh samples and bring them to a Buzzbox, which is around the traps here. We've got another one, the Boon of the Seas. Collect 16 encrusted clam mussels. What does that mean? Alright, so... Whoa, someone's killing critters. Looks like their wounds will be grave. Yeah, it doesn't say here. You were made key. What does it say? I will need the secretion from the muscles of the clams that inhabit the coast. Okay, so they're obviously going to be out on the coastline. And, of course, we also have the fishing quest as well. If we get time, we'll have a look at that one. Alright, so before we carry on, let's check that we don't have any skills that we can learn, because we're level 15 now. You can see we're about 4 bars into level 15. Let's just make sure that we haven't got anything to pick up. Oh, we get a new skill at level 16 in the arcane tree. Nothing till level 26 in the fire tree, and in the frost it's level 18. Okay, so next level we're going to have to remember to go to the trainer, and that's going to give us a really cool skill which I'll talk about at that time, called Blink. And no doubt those of you who have played WoW will know all about Blink and how cool that is, and of course how important it is to have as a mage. Alright, so there we go, Corrupted Tidecrawler. You can see there when we hover over it's down on the shore. It's saying that we have a quest for it called Buzzbox 413, and we need to collect 4 of its flesh. So let's get right at the end of our range here, or at least a lot further back. Starting a cast, of course, with the good old Frost Bolt to slow them down, so it gives us an opportunity to cast off another one before they can get to us. And there's some crawler meat there. Not the crawler meat that we need for the quest though, unfortunately. And come on, stop lagging. Could be due to the fact that we've got an upload going on in the background, and we also have Steam doing its thing in the background as well. Possibly not the best conditions for recording a video, but hey, when time is of the essence, I'm afraid that we have no choice sometimes. Right, let's go into the water, because these guys certainly don't like to drop the quest item, that's for sure. And we'll do a Frost Nova here to... Oh, and I was going to say to lock him in place, but that actually ended up killing him. There we go, one corrupted Tide Crawler flesh that we've already got, and I can see some clams off in the distance there that are sparkling as well. I'll show you them in a minute. That's for our other quest. Oh yes, fun times in combat as a mage. I definitely love being a mage. Super high DPS, of course. Come on, stop with your lagging. There we go, boom, boom, bada bing, and that's what, 3 of 4. Now here are those clams that I was talking about. So of course the Boon of the Seas quest is asking us for 16 encrusted clam mussels. So all we need to do is use these clams here. You can see they're sparkling, and when we hover our mouse over them, of course, we get the use icon. And we're just going to pick up, rather gather, the encrusted clam mussels from them. So that's going to be nice and quick. Right on the edge of the coastline, of course, they seem to be nestled up amongst the coast. There we go. What are we up to? 6 of 16, 7 of 16, nice and fast. And of course, always keeping an eye on our breath as well. You can see my breath meter there, which in this case is provided by the quartz add-on. And if you don't have the quartz add-on, the default WoW breath meter will show up there. But if you want to reset it, you just simply pop your head above water. Allows you to get yourself a breath, and it will reset that timer, of course. But it's not unusual to die from drowning. You wouldn't be the first person ever to have done it. I've done it a number of times. You tend to forget, and all of a sudden your poor character is gagging and you're dead before you know it. Right, 8 of 16, 9 of 16. At least they're nice fast gathers. Some gathers out in the world have quite a long cast bar to them. These ones, look at that, you can't even see it. It basically just is about half a second, which is nice and fast. 12 of 16, getting there. Maybe we'll stick to the coastline, I think, just because we'll be able to find hopefully more clams along there rather than venturing out into the open waters. 14, 15, look at that, nice and fast. One more to go.
I need a target.
Whoops. Opening with the Frostbolt. Bit close, but hey. And Frost Nova, of course, also just to freeze them in place just before we threw off our fireball. Yikes, Vile Terror. Certainly want to avoid that one. And here we go, one more of these. Hopefully we just need to get one more corrupted flesh. And there's the familiar sound of the clear casting there, giving us a free cast basically. 100% mana reduction cost. There we go. And there it is, the last of our flesh. And here also is hopefully the last of our clams. There we go, all done. Lovely. So our quests have updated. You can see there the objectives have changed. So now we head back to base basically. If we can find our way up, that'll do. Up to this vigilant protector. Whoopsie, now actually I need to get over there. I may have just got myself in a bit of a hole here. Whoops. Let's see if we can get out. Nope. I may have to swim back around. Typical me. Don't know if I can jump up there. Yes, I can. Good. Not sure if that's going to help though. I look like I'm sort of stuck on a bit of an island. Let's see if we can jump over that way. Nope. Might be able to crawl up here maybe. It might be a bit steep. Oh, lucky, look at that. Sometimes it can be difficult finding a way out of the water. Because, of course, if an angle is too steep in WoW, you simply can't traverse it. Alright, just heading back to the quest giver, which looks like they're over here. There we go. Serendia, what have you got for us? This will do perfectly, thank you so much. It says, I suspect they'll want to thank you personally should they recover, so perhaps you can stop by later on. That's nice. We get ourselves the diver's cord. Unfortunately, it's leather, which means we can't use it. But of course, we can actually sell it. So, no problems with that. In fact, let's do that now. Oh, and you can see there's been some phasing going on because all the people we rescued here are now either sick in bed, or, look at that, there's Cerulean Whiteclaw, which of course is a major lore character here in Darkshore. They're now stationed here, so some phasing has gone on that now that we've rescued them. Always a cool technology. Let's go to the general goods vendor, sell off our junk for a start, and we'll also sell that diver's cord because it is soulbound. A lot of people say to me, hey Sambo, how come you sell some of these green items to a vendor when you could actually put them on the auction house? And the reason is that when they're a quest reward, pretty much they're soulbound. So of course we can't sell them on the auction house. All we can do is sell them to the vendor. And of course we're not going to sell the crawler claw, nor are we going to sell the crawler meat, because both of those are going to be used in our cooking. Alright, so it looks like we have to head this way. A taste for groper. And we're also looking for Buzzbox, and you can see it out there. There's a question mark out there on the other shore. Let's see if we can make our way there. Bit of a shortcut. So venturing off into the great wide open out in Darkshore here, Mist's Edge. It'll be familiar to a lot of you, and here is the Buzzbox. Gnomish invention. And it says it hums at you unexpectedly. The machine crackles loudly, and then whiz-bangs static-ridden voice. Lovely, I hope you didn't kill too many of them. We're not trying to wipe out the population. We just need to get to the source of this corruption quickly. And now he's going to analyse them, apparently. And then it buzzes for a few minutes, and he says, interesting, source of the corruption is coming from something external, but it appears that in this case they've been eating something foul, probably a large mammal, most likely a bear. So we have to search the beach for a bear carcass. Slightly east of here would make the most sense, and we have to bring back a sample. Right, so the Buzzbox quests, if you're familiar with them from the earlier days in WoW, they've changed up a little bit, hopefully a little less running around, by the way. They certainly had you running up and down the width and breadth of Darkshore. It was most frustrating. And of course I was following a dot on the map, as we see there, a copper vein. We never want to leave them behind. That's basically money for jam. Alright, now what are we going to do? We want the foul bear carcass. Alright, looks like it's down this way. By the looks of things, yep. And yes, there it is over there. And you can see flames in the background there. The devastation of the cataclysm of Deathwing as he tore through here. Totally ruining everything. There we go, discovering the main section of Darkshore there. So if we open up our map now, you can see it's slowly starting to uncover, which is great. Alright, time to head back to the Buzzbox. If our lag will stop. Come on. My poor machine's struggling with all sorts of downloads, Steam updating. I think DC Universe is updating now in the background as well, so it's no surprise, but we'll push on through. Hopefully it'll calm down in a second. Oh, return to Whizbang himself. Okay, alright, that's not so bad. What we do need to do though is get these Darkshore gropers. So let's have a look at this quest. We open it up. Use your fishing skill to obtain 4 Darkshore gropers. Alright, so it looks like as long as we're in Darkshore, we should be able to pick them up. Let's see if we can get them here. So of course we're going to switch to our fishing outfit there. Nice and quick because we've got it on our hotbar. And we're going to use the fishing. Let's see what it says here. Lor'Danel is 75 fishing skill, and we are currently 56. So we've only got a 55% chance of actually catching non-junk. So what we might do is see if we've got a bauble in our bags. because of course if we apply that, we're going to have a bigger chance. Do we have it in our bags? Because I know I bought one. No. So we must have popped that in the bank. I wonder if there's a fishing trainer around here. Mining trainer I can see. Yeah, possibly not. We'll carry on, because it is a quest item rather than a normal item. So let's see what happens. We'll give it a little bit of time. Darkshore groper. Okay, so we definitely can catch him. That's good news. Good to know. And there goes our frame rate coming back there. And of course, as soon as I say that, it'll probably disappear again. Alright, looks like it's settled down at last. Once again, folks, don't let that put you off. I'm running WoW on fairly high settings, by the way. But as you know, it scales so well to all levels of machine. You're really, in the open world, you're really not going to get that much lag. There's going to be a setting that you'll be able to make in there to keep it low, at least, where it'll run on pretty much anything. Even that crusty old laptop that you have lying around that you haven't used for years, yep, WoW will still probably run on it just fine. It's only because I've got all the water effects and everything turned up to the max. There's all sorts of reflections and shadows and volumetric water and all that sort of thing, really taking its toll on the system when I've got so many other things going on in the background. Like I say, updating a couple of games, got a video uploading, and Steam as well doing its thing. So yeah, it's no surprise. Although, yep, it's performing quite well at the moment. Right, let's see if we can catch another one of these gropers. There we go, 2 of 4. Just need a couple more for the quest. And the other thing, of course, is because we've been doing the questing around here recently, we're already about halfway through level 15. You can see I'm getting some junk there, by the way. That's because of my, you can see here, 70% now chance of catching a fish, because each cast I've been making, you can see down here in the chat window, my skill in fishing has increased to 54, 5, 6, 7, 8, etc., etc. So that's going up nicely. So my chance to catch fish, there we go, is going up basically about 2% per cast, which is great. So I've now got a 72% chance of catching non-junk, which is great. And 3 of 4 Darkshore gropers, nearly there. And of course, me being me, I absolutely don't mind fishing. In fact, I love fishing. It's so relaxing. Normally you get to listen to nature, the nature of Azeroth anyway, some nice vista, there'll be some nice music playing, and of course always the chance to get some good stuff, especially later on in your career of fishing, especially in Northrend. You can fish up a mount. In fact, there's a very special, unique fishing mount which has an underwater speed buff, a little turtle. Very cool. And of course a myriad of achievements in the fishing profession as well, let alone, oh, and by the way, I just noticed that oily blackmouth there, make sure you keep that, because that is used in alchemy, so you can certainly fetch a pretty penny for that on the auction house. Definitely don't sell that to a vendor. But yeah, obviously combined with cooking, being able to cook up some fancy fish food later on, giving us some great instance and raiding buffs, which are almost essential for tanking and for DPS, of course. And some of you who have been playing WoW will of course know about the grand old fish feast, which is a fantastic item that you can cook, which lays out a platter basically on the floor for everyone in your raid or group to eat, and it gives them some nice buffs. You're always welcome in a party if you can cook up a fish feast. Everyone loves that. Saves them having to carry around food themselves. Alright, come on, Darkshore groper. We just need one more. Well, there's another oily blackmouth. That's okay. That's basically making us money. So not only do we get food from doing fishing, but of course we can also sell the fish on the auction house if we've outlived if they've outlived their usefulness for us. And again, because not everyone is into fishing, they get quite a good price on the AH. And if you need to know about the auction house, just have a look at the last, well, I don't know how many episodes ago it was, a few episodes ago now, maybe 2 or 3, where we had an in-depth look at the auction house in Darnassus. If you don't understand how it works, and how important it is to the economy of the game, and most importantly, of course, how it can make you lots of money. Look at that, 12 gold, starting off at 1 gold before we started using it. There's absolutely no excuse not to be using the AH. And who doesn't like it? Because, you know, at the end of the day, it's just like shopping. It's like being on eBay. Everyone loves doing that. Oh, come on. Look at that. We've got a 94% chance now. Our fishing skill has been leveling along nicely. Let's have a look at this. Fishing is 68 out of 75. You know what? We can probably visit a fishing trainer now and actually level up this skill, which would be nice. But we're still seeking this last Darkshore groper. Maybe we'll change up spots. We just need one more, and the fate of the random roll is not on our side at the moment. The gods of the roll. Maybe I need to pray. There we go, 4 of 4. Let's flick back to our normal combat outfit, and now of course we can make our way back to there. I don't think I'm going to take the chance of swimming because I'm probably going to have to go the long way around. Let's jump across here. I can see there's a ledge up on the other side. There we go. 2 hand-ins for us. Back to, firstly, Jonathan Stats, who was asking us to catch these groper in the first place.
We've been walled up for far too long.
And once again, we do get that new fishing pole, which gives us a fishing skill increase of 3. But as you guys know, we've already got the strong fishing pole, which increases our fishing by 5. So unfortunately, it's not much use to us. But if you haven't got a strong fishing pole in the past, of course, it's a great little reward there. Allows you to fish the waters a lot more easily. Now let's head over to Whizbang Crank Toggle, who of course is our cute little gnome over here, who was asking us to do the Buzzbox quests. Hey, how's it going? There's our foul bear carcass sample. Definitely looks like the stuff they were eating. Let me take a closer look. There we go. Nice big chunk of XP and lots of Gilneas and Darnassus reputation, which of course your reputation is in the U key there. You can always check up on that. Gilneas, we're honoured. Darnassus, we're nearly actually honoured. We're almost out of friendly there, which of course is happening through doing all of these quests, which is great. Anyway, there are a couple of other forms of wildlife that we've verified that are infected. Blah, 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 blah. Gather 6 samples of corrupted thistle bear guts and bring them to Buzzbox 723 for analysis. Alright, so a different Buzzbox. And it looks like the deer are out there in the forest actual. So it looks like we get to go outside there. Let's have a bit of a repair and sell quickly before we head out in that general direction. Got a repair guy here, there we go. Plus we can sell our greys, of course. These little fish here we can sell on the AH, or in this case I'm actually just going to sell them, but not of course the oily blackmouth. Definitely want to keep that. Let's see if we can also do some smelting, seeing we're here at an anvil, and that means there's a forge probably nearby. There it is. Let's bring up that window, and what can we create? Whoops, we can create some copper. Yep, let's do 6 bars of that. And of course, again, because they're grey, it's not going to actually grant us any skills up, but it will actually allow us to create bronze, which requires copper bar and tin bar. And in fact, where we're headed out into our new quest area, there may well be some tin out there actually. Possibly the new tier of metal nodes could be there. Fingers crossed. So as we look at our map, you can see we're going to head down here and head out into the actual forest. We're looking for corrupted thistle bears to get their guts. Charming, isn't it? Yep. Let's do a bit of dark flight. Get us there a little quicker. Now, I was going to be tempted to run straight there, but now because this land has been all like devastated, there's all sorts of nooks and crannies and caverns and crevices to get lost in and to fall into. And I'm not sure if you can see it on the video, but there are all sorts of big waterfalls and lakes now, and in fact, by the way, we will get to it. There's a secret achievement we can do here. I'm not sure if you can see it on the map, but there's a swirly pool there. We're going to go over there and I'll show you a achievement that I only discovered by accident. It's not actually easy to find. I'm not sure if it's listed. It's definitely a bit of a secret. Show you how to get that one nice and easily. In the meantime, we've got some corrupted thistle bears here, which are level 11, so slightly higher than what we've been used to, and of course some skinning can be done as well. And this is good because our skinning is currently at level 30. So remember, we're after some guts from these guys, and of course, once again, not exactly every single one is going to drop their guts. Drop their guts. Anyway, it's the small things that make me laugh. Yes. Make sure we don't forget to skin, because that's something I do all the time. Is I leave carcasses behind, completely forgetting to skin them, which is a sacrilege because it's money for nothing. Here we go, we're already up to 2 of 6. And what we'll do is we'll head over this way just so I can show you some of the devastation that has occurred here. If we get up high a little bit, yeah, here you go. You can see that these rivers, oh, there's some mining to be done there. These rivers are all flowing inwards. Why are they flowing inwards? Well, we'll get to see in just a minute. I'll show you this little thing that I was talking about in the middle. Oh, don't tell me we can't get up here. Oh, it looks like we can't. Oh, that's annoying. Nope. Maybe there's a path around the back. I'm sure they do it deliberately just to annoy us. There we go. Only one way up there. Mind you, that was a bit of a steep bank. Don't blame them. Alright, let's head back this way. Otherwise, we'll never get back up. As we roam about in the Darkshore forest, which again I'm sure you guys will be familiar with, although not in this current state. It certainly has changed a lot. Alright, keeping as far away as possible from these bears, throwing off a frostbolt to slow them down, followed up with a fireball and then our arcane missiles, and before he even got to us, of course, he got totally owned. And I notice he's dropped some bear meat there. Also don't want to sell that, of course, because that is some cooking and therefore crafting material, which again you can either sell on the AH or we'll be using in our own cooking. And look at this, isn't it cool? Look at that huge big waterfall over the other side there. That is really high. We'll definitely go check that out as we're doing these bears. Whoa, and he charged us that time, so we didn't have much of a chance to get away. So let's Frost Nova to keep him in place. We'll follow up there with some arcane missiles, and yes, luckily for us, that tended to finish him off just somewhat. There we go, corrupted thistle guts, halfway there. 3 of 6 already. As we go down this embankment with, sorry again about the slight bits of lag, everything going on in the background. Naughty Sambo. Oh, and I can see another mining node off in the distance there as well. Jolly good. Oh, no guts off you. Let's head down here, and yeah, there you go. You can see dots on the map. In fact, there's one over here as well. Let's grab that. So yeah, this is the old Cliff Spring River, and again, if you've done questing previously in the Darkshore area, you will remember the Cliff Spring River. Although it looks a lot different now, I'm sure you'll admit, raging torrent that it is. Used to be basically a nice, serene little meandering brook that went through the middle of the zone. Now it's a raging torrent river. Like whitewater rafting type river, I guess. Now, if I jump down here, are we going to be able to get back up? Yes, it looks like we are. So hopefully we can do it. Now, you can see here, I've discovered the Maw of the Void. Right, so this is the secret achievement area that I was talking about. And we'll get back up so we can have a look. So let's just swim over here. So if we hop over here, you'll see we go la 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 la, and look at this, yikes! That's right, it's a great big swirling whirlpool, like a basin now. This has been sort of chunked out of the landscape. Look at that, we've got huge big waterfall up the top there, and we've got side waterfalls. I can see that actually there's a nice ore node down the bottom. How handy, let's grab that. But if you are a higher level, of course, all you need to do is come here, and once again I'll show you on the map where it is. It's just right there at the top, and in fact the whirlpool is marked on the map, so you can't miss it. You just need to fly over this and dismount. Why? I'll show you why, what happens if we leap in. Here we go. I'll zoom right out. There we go, it goes to a cutscene. Look at that, we're not on a quest or anything. This is just if you end up in the drink, and we're going to be sucked into this maw of the void, sucked down the drain, and look at this, fall down, and where do we end up? We end up in the Bashal Aran collapse, and look at that, we got ourselves an achievement. There it is, called Going Down. It's the easiest way of getting it. It's fall 65 yards without dying. So that is an achievement that a lot of people try to get, and there's all sorts of places around towns like Shatrath, whatever you'd like to call it. There's another place, well, in fact, that's the main place that I find. I think there's also one in Dalaran you can jump off. But if you are looking for that elusive Going Down achievement, which again is called Fall 60 Yards Without Dying, that's the criteria of it, that particular little cutscene bit right there will give you that achievement, because we basically fell through the ceiling. And it's more than 65 yards, but we survived. So very handy. And there's someone here who we can leave that place if we wish. But if we carry on up here, and again, not a lot of people tend to know about this area. It is kind of a bit secret. As the lag monster comes back to haunt us. Haunt, get it? Ghosts, haunt. Anyway. So we'll kill off these guys. We go, dropping the linen cloth, which is always handy, and look what we find up the top here. Again, this is under the Maw of the Void. Very cool. Who is this? This is a person called Talarius Void Striker. And what on earth are they doing there? And by the way, you'll notice that they look like Illidan. They have the Illidan model, and in fact, you'll see in a minute. Check out what he's wearing on his back. Now, let's actually get close, and look at this, he's turned into a demon, and you can see there he's basically got the Warglaive model weapons, and there we go, we killed him. So they're the Warglaive ones that you of course found in the Burning Crusade, that the blades like Illidan wears. It's very cool, and if you kill him, you get this secret little quest here, the piece of paper that he drops, Writings of the Dark Herald. This item begins a quest. These etched writings reveal certain secrets on the path to becoming a demon hunter. And of course, that's what we've just done there. We've hunted ourselves a demon. So let's use this item. The scrolls are vague and appear to be a piece of a much larger puzzle, but if you're not mistaken, they seem to reveal some of the steps on the path to becoming a demon hunter. The dark oaths and rituals necessary for becoming a demon hunter are frowned upon by most of the Night Elves, so this is likely something they would be very interested in keeping quiet. But there is a ranger who'll know what to do. So we have to bring those writings back to a ranger, Glindanel Shay at Lor'Danel. So let's definitely pick that up. And of course, this is going to get us some XP, plus something that you don't normally have, just by falling into the maw there and finding all this secret stuff. So, of course, that's another great thing about WoW. Love it. They put these little things off the beaten track. So if you are exploring, you do tend to get rewarded. Now, if we talk to this person, it says, hey, I'd like to leave this place, and she can actually teleport us out if you were wondering how on earth you'd get back up. You end up in this cave here, and we come out, I think, above the waterfalls. Let's have a look. Yeah, there we go. So you can see that is the maw down there. You can see all of the waters of the land. Not sure if you can see it on the YouTube video, but Lor'Danel is basically straight ahead of us, and the waters come down there, and they come from the side as well. You can see down there, and they all end up into that great big, it's like a kind of plug hole in the middle of the zone. There's someone inviting us to a guild. Thanks, but no thanks. Let's see who they are. They're in Stormwind City, so they're obviously using the who is function just to try and find people to invite to their guild, which is fine. Oh, look at this, we've got ourselves an ore node. How nice. Alright, so that's it for us, I think, folks. We've sadly run out of time, and of course I don't want spend too much time lagging. Hopefully by the time we run the next episode, I'll have finished all my downloads. So as we look out over the devastated lands of Darkshore, as you can see all the torrents of water pouring into the Maw of the Void there, right behind us, of course, being the cave where we came out from that secret quest and our little achievement. That's it for us. We'll carry on getting our corrupted thistle bear guts in the next episode. We're 3 out of 6, and of course we have to bring those writings back to the Night Elf outpost over in Lor'Danel as well, as a part of our Demon Hunter secret quest that we've got there. So I certainly hope you enjoyed that episode, and of course do hope you join us in the next one. On behalf of myself, Sambo, and Seraphis, our Worgen Mage, it's us saying take care, see you later, have a great day, and bye-bye.